Sean Mathis, did this take you weeks and weeks to do?
I don't have the patience for that. It took minutes.
Wait a minute, you don't have patience for stuff like that?
I have zero patience. My effort that I put into this was minimal, but it worked.
Hey, welcome to Smart AF. I'm your host, Torie Mathis. We have got a great show for you today, so let's get started. Hey guys, what's up? It's Torie Mathis. Welcome to the show. I'm your host. I'm here with my guy, Sean Mathis, founder, Miles Through Time Automotive Museum.
Hola.
Hey. So, back 20 years ago, it was difficult to talk to potential clients. When I got into business for myself, where was that? That would have been 2007. So obviously there's internet there, but it wasn't like it is now. Things are so, even the last 5 years, crazy. Things are so much easier, technology-wise, and just people are more willing to go online for more things. Pretty much everybody, grandma's on Facebook, the kids are on YouTube or TikTok, or any age that you have, people are online. People are everybody willing to go look for information, answer questions online, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It used to be difficult. And so I know though people are going, everybody's going to look, even my mom is not on the internet. And last time I talked, she talked about Pinterest. I'm like, you're on Pinterest?
She actually has a Pinterest account?
No, but she goes on Pinterest to find things and ideas and stuff like that. So no, she has not moved forward enough to actually have a Pinterest account that I know of. But she does go on Pinterest. And this woman is not techie at all. Everybody's out there. So whoever your customer is, whoever your clients are, your potential clients, they are utilizing the internet in some way, shape, or form, whether it be my mom looking for art stuff on Pinterest, or, somebody going on there looking for a recipe, or looking for a dog groomer, when do I need to cut my dog's nails? Anything. They are all going online to look for answers. Now, the cool thing is, like I said, everything is so much easier than it used to be. So businesses create content. What is content? Content is, it could be a PDF, a little mini book explaining something. It could be a flyer or a checklist. It could be a video like this, we're going to turn this into a video on YouTube. We're also going to put it out as an audio, as a podcast, and then we're going to share it all over the place. I don't know where you found this video, but we've tried to put it out all over the place so that you can find this information and hopefully it helps you. And then you know us. Hey, we're Torie and Sean, and we help business owners get online and not waste their time and money while trying to grow their business. It's a piece of content. So when businesses figure this out and learn that they can create content in order to reach their customers, to answer their questions so that customers can get to know them, then they want to choose them to work with, it is a magical moment. Some businesses and some business owners, I think, catch this really quick, and it's easy for them to create content. Other people, I don't know, Sean, are they fighting it? What's going on?
Probably. And a lot of it, they're either fighting it because they don't think it works for them, or they don't have time, or they don't know what they're doing, or an array of excuses, basically. When really all they got to do is just figure something out and put something out there. Even Miles Through Time, I look at the analytics of the website daily, basically. I don't have to, but I find it interesting. And I saw a downhill slope on the graph. I was like, well, what the hell?
In your analytics?
In my analytics.
So analytics meaning the traffic of people that are going to the website. We have Google Analytics on our website, so we can go on there and it'll show every single day how many people came to the website. You can click into that and you can find out exactly where they came from. They came from Facebook. They came from organic search on Google, meaning they put in car museum or Ford Model T or whatever, right?
Right. And Miles Through Time gets a lot of daily traffic. And then when I saw this downhill slope, they caught my eye. I was like, well, what the hell's going on? And so I did a little research and found out that Helen, which is a small town that's about 20 minutes away from the museum, is the third most visited town in all of Georgia. With a population of only a couple hundred people, it's a massive tourist destination.
It is the coolest little town. It's like Alpine Germany. It's all like very Bavarian, Oktoberfest. It's cute.
Yeah, so I just wrote a little blog post talking about Helen and then plugged in that Miles Through Time was only a 20-minute drive from your trip to Helen. And it worked.
Okay, hold on. Sean Mathis, are you a writer?
Not at all.
Do you have a writing degree?
No.
Do you have some type of authority about Helen, Georgia, that you are allowed to write this article?
No. Actually, the information I got it from the chamber in Helen.
Sean Mathis, did this take you weeks and weeks to do?
I don't have the patience for that. It took minutes.
Wait a minute, you don't have patience for stuff like that?
I have zero patience. My effort that I put into this was minimal. But it worked.
Okay, you guys, if you have excuses, like...
And what I did was it was a blog post that I created, and then I shared that on social media, and then I also put it as a post on the Google business page.
Okay, so when you said you shared it on social media, like what did you actually do? It makes sense to me. I know what you're talking about.
I shared the link on Facebook and Twitter.
Wow, that's it?
That was it.
I thought you maybe did even a little bit more. So super simple. No. Like you copied a link and you pasted it into Facebook.
Yep. I didn't do Instagram because it was a blog post, so it didn't really make sense. The Google one was pretty cool because if you search, if you Google Miles Through Time, you'll see all the stuff that's there, and it shows one of the blog posts. So it shows a picture that I got from Shutterstock, so I have the rights for it. Showing this cool little German-themed town, and so you click on that and go, what's that? It's the third most visited city in Georgia. That's pretty substantial, and it took you directly to Miles Through Time's website, and plus maybe then they'll go, there's a car museum.
So what did this do to your slope of your traffic analytics?
It peaked it right back up, like 3 times.
So you're saying you created one piece of content that took you very little time and effort, and it got a shit ton of traffic multiple times to your website.
Yeah, and then what's funny is maybe a week after that, I saw another little slope, so I just reshared the same post.
You mean you didn't have to create a new piece of content?
No, and actually because it's on, because I shared it onto the Facebook business page, you can see the analytics for the post specifically on Facebook. And so I reshared that to watch that number grow as well, knowing that if they click on it, it takes them straight back to the website.
So the cool thing is about this piece of content that Sean made is it wasn't like, hey guys, go to Miles Through Time.
It actually had nothing to do with cars at all.
Nothing to do even with the business. Yet the trail leads you, and it is in the same vein of Miles Through Time because it's talking about travel, right? So it's connected without being crazy, one piece of content. And you call this content marketing. And every business can do it. And that is the best example. And also, because it's not salesy, it's like such a unbiased informational post. Like you could probably share that into groups and everybody would welcome it, right?
Yeah, actually I did. I forgot about that. I did share it into groups.
Okay. And like what kind of groups? And not just car groups, right? Because it's...
I didn't share it into any car groups because
a car museum,
it didn't really have anything to do with cars.
Not having to share stuff into, okay. Like some of those like Travel Georgia ones and stuff like that?
Yeah, and then there's I don't know, they're like yard sale-ish type groups, but they're open to anything, so if somebody's willing to do something around there. I didn't care. I just clicked buttons and got it out there as many different ways as I could.
You mean you didn't have this like super duper detailed plan?
Not
Guys, you don't have to have a detailed plan. You don't have to be a writer. You just make stuff.
Yeah, there's no planning. There was no pre-writing. There was literally, I saw a a thing that needed to be adjusted, analytics that needed to be adjusted. And so I got a couple pictures, went to one website, the chamber website, got some information about the town, put that into the blog post, shared the pictures, and shared it on social media. That was it. It worked. I mean, I have no way of knowing how many people came into the museum specifically from that, but I mean, it got traffic, so that's a win.
That is a win. And now all of those people that went to the website at least know what Miles Your Time is. So if they haven't visited now, maybe they will. Maybe they'll tell somebody. All by one piece of content. One piece of content that took you no time to make.
Which is pixeled as well, right?
It is. So you also have a Facebook pixel that you can put on, which is just like a piece of tracking code, which they're really trying to shut down these types of things. So that if anybody actually went to that article, then we could show them ads on Facebook or Instagram. There's also pixels for Google and for LinkedIn, so that if somebody did see it, like in the next couple of weeks or whatever, we could say, hey, you saw our Helen ad or our Helen article. Why don't you come visit Helen in Miles Your Time? And so there is, like, content marketing is the beginning of it, but that just shows you that there's more that you can do. Because I know some people think like, oh, it's a waste of time, but it's not. Like, when you create these assets, these are assets that are going to keep on working for you over and over again. Sean doesn't have to create this new piece of content. He has a piece of content that worked, so he can keep working it, because when he shares it or when he posts it, everybody doesn't see everything. And, you could take that a little bit further and make like a really simple video of it and put it on YouTube. And then, that could show up there as well. All of these things, not very hard to do. One piece of content that is going to keep working for you over and over and over again. And, I thought, I get emails from Miles Your Time as well from Google, and I got an email this morning, and if I can remember, I will put a screenshot of it here, that the photos on Miles Your Time on the Google business page in the last month got over 65,000 views. Now, you might think, you're putting photos on Google My Business? Like, any business that has claimed their Google listing, which means all of you guys should.
Hopefully you should all claim that Google business listing.
Google loves showing Google stuff to people, which means they want to show your Google business listing. They want to show YouTube because Google owns YouTube. So free, easy places that you can do, for our clients that we do SEO for, that we do different marketing plans, that we do content marketing for. If we're going to we have photos already, like, utilize them everywhere. We utilize them on, yes, their social media, but we also post all of those photos on Google Business. So tell me about these photos that you put on your Miles Your Time that got 65,000 views in 1 month.
They are nothing special whatsoever.
You mean you didn't hire a professional photographer? No,
they are taken with the phone. They are the exact same photos that I've shared on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. There's an app even for the Google Business page, so you can, straight from your phone, you open up that app, as long as you're logged into it, obviously, and just post them. And then they go into their database of photos, which then also is measured in Google as far as your quality of photos. Not necessarily how good you took a photo, but the fact that there are photos, which
so Google likes, will they show you their listing
They actually will show you a graph of your business with photos versus similar business and their amount of photos. And because it looks good, right? So Google is more likely to show your business that is visually appealing, right? You got a ton of photos that they can then show people that are using their search engine, versus a business that has no photos to show. I guarantee it's in the Google algorithm that they're not going to get shown as often as the business with a ton of photos. So you might as well just stick photos in there, like, as long as they're relevant. Obviously don't.
Well, yeah, okay, so we talk about the dog groomer. If the dog groomer took a couple pictures of the dogs that were coming in and out, some of their good work, some of their, people love seeing pictures of animals. Like, it shows that the business is actually being used by real people, and it's showcasing your work. Hairdresser would be the same. I think restaurants, any business, you can take pictures. Again, they don't have to be high quality. They don't have to be...
I want to see the food. I want to see the haircuts. I want to see what the place looks like. That can be applied to any business. I mean, even the service-based ones where they don't have a location that I'm going to go into. Well, show me what your truck looks like. What am I to expect? Show me your employees. Who are these people?
And people like behind the scenes. They like seeing what's going on. They don't have to be like this super polished, like professionally, I think people talk themselves out of doing stuff like this, posting photos on their Google Business or on social or wherever it might be, because they think there's some magical standard or some permission that you have to have, or only that kind of business, or like no matter what your business is, content, whether it be photos or writing a simple blog post or making a little video, doesn't have to be crazy, doesn't have to be overly polished. In fact, sometimes it might be better if it's not, because then it looks real. It's got like a
because if it's too nice, it almost looks like stock photography.
Right, or like the family photo, like let's polish everybody up. This isn't what we normally wear. Our hair doesn't look like this. We're airbrushed. Like it almost has like it's good to have that because there's a place for that. But this isn't that place. This isn't like you have to hire somebody. This is like literally taking.
Technology is so good nowadays. Like the photos that you can take with your phone are really good. We were just talking about it the other day. If we would have gotten married later on, when phones and all that had these higher quality, we'd actually have photos of our wedding.
We'd have all kinds of photos. And
we had the disposable ones that we left on the table that people were supposed to take photos, and then we went to go get them developed.
And apparently people took photos of the ground.
Yeah. Is that, and so seriously, if everyone would have just had the iPhones that we all have today, like there would be so many awesome photos that we'd get to go back and reflect on.
Right. And you have to think about this with your business. Like, this is an amazing time to have a business. It is crazy, the opportunity that any business owner has to get in front of as many people as they want. And I'm serious, as many people as you want for free by putting some photos up or some videos. Make some content.
You got a really happy customer? Flip out that phone, flip it on video, and record them saying how awesome you are.
Put that on your Google Business.
Okay.
Put it on your website. Put it on your YouTube.
Yeah, you don't need to do anything special to it if it's above your skill level, or you don't have time or don't want to. Just capture raw the customer saying how great you are. And somebody else that could be a potential customer is going to be like, oh, that's definitely real.
They didn't make that up. No. So I don't want any excuses. Content, you guys. Every single business can make content. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it hard on yourself. Don't overly judge yourself. Don't overly judge. Like if your a office assistant wants to do it, don't overly judge. Like let your employees post some photos, do some things to get some content out there. And I think the more you do, the easier it's going to get. Some are going to be a hit, some are going to be a miss, and that's okay, because there's people out there that like different things. Maybe people didn't want to go to Helen, and so that wasn't their thing, but some other post that Sean throws together, hodgepodgey, that maybe that's the one for them. And the fact that he made this content, he now has assets that he can go share over and over again and get seen by more and more and more and more and more people. And you can do it. No excuse. So if you like this episode, we would appreciate it if you would subscribe and leave a review. That would really help us get this out to more people. And if you want some really cool resources for free that we have put together so that you can grow your business and not waste time and not waste money, but really get your business in front of as many people as you want, go to TorieMathis.com, and we have lots of free resources for you there. And we'll see you on the next one.
Adios.
If you want to get smart tools to build your business, go to besmartaf.com.